Do you remember when we used to say blinded by the light, and that was a good thing, that it was just so bright, you know? There was actually a song out called Blinded by the Light. Well, guess what? Now we get to move on, don't we? To blinded by the blue light. Let me just tell you something. Your optician, he's not really a doctor, is he? Well, he's not a doctor. Because doctors will actually help you with your eyesight they will support the body to heal the symptom of an eye problem. Yes or no? Is that what a doctor does? Is that what an optician does? Now, am I putting an optician down? No, I'm not, because they're a great alternative. Because if you just want to see better, go get a pair of glasses. If you want to walk better, okay, go get a crutch. Go get a walker. If you want to move quicker, go get a wheelchair. You see, things get worse when you don't go in with the intention of making your patient into the healer. You understand something? The body heals itself. There is no symptom, no disease that cannot be reversed. Oh, wait, that's not true, though. I mean, I talked to a beautiful lady last night, and when we're talking about blinded by the light, the blue light, just know I'm going to get to it. I'm going to show you how we've all been screwed over when it comes to our eyes and our brain, because we've jumped on the pain train of what they're teaching us. I talked to a lady last night, and she said to me, Dr. Wolf, what would I do? I said, listen, you've waited so long with your breast problem. She has stage 4 breast inflammation, which they call cancer. Thank you very much. There is no cancer, there's just inflammation, and there's just lack of oxygen, because that's what cancer is. But that's what every illness is inflammation and lack of oxygen in the cells. Thank you very much. And then depending where it is in the body, that will be the name that we give it. So, you know, names are only good because we know where the area is in the body that's in trouble. Okay. She said to me, well, what would you do if you had my breast? She sent me pictures. I said, you let it go too long, you might have to cut it out, but I wouldn't get chemo and I wouldn't get radiation. But what I would do is get on a really great immune building, oxygenation, electrifying, lifestyle right now. So I'm just trying to tell you, your optician, is not a doctor, because guess what they do? They get all of their things from Big Pharma. Big Pharma only deals in patents. They have to patent everything, so everything is a chemical. So everything that you're taking orally or you're taking and putting in your eyes is actually toxic, and it's actually going to come and whip you back in the face. So let's understand something right now, that the majority of eye problems are actually created by a brain dysfunction today. And that brain dysfunction is called blue light poisoning. I got a TV here. I got a TV there. Okay? All right? Here's a phone. Okay? Look at these lights. These lights are blue light. You know what? When I do a show with you, I usually have like this. The reality is, if I was talking to, and please don't take this wrong, a highly educated audience, I would be wearing these all the time and not disrespecting my brain and my eyesight. And whether you believe it or not, I'm going to tell you a little story right now, and then we'll come back to your eyes and I will show you how you can reverse and repair any damage that's going on in your eyes. I'm not telling you that if you were born blind, that you're going to get your eyesight back. But if you still have eyesight and you're losing it, you can reverse it. You can reverse it. And you're not going to be able to reverse anything that you go to an optician unless they're told by Big Pharma that they're allowed to say that this will reverse it. And if they don't have an answer to reverse it, then it doesn't exist. And understand, when an optician or any other practitioner tells you, guess what, there's nothing else you can do, well, that is all they know. They're not lying. They're not lying. That's all they know. Okay, let me go through some things with you. All right. Have you heard of Operation Paperclip? Have you heard of MK Ultra? Now remember something. Everything is a conspiracy, okay? Okay? And everything's a conspiracy to the majority of the population. And the reality is what we did was, you know how you have a puzzle and it's got 1,000 pieces? Well, what they do is that so-called conspiracy, which is most of the time finds out to be truthful when they're done with us. And the reality is they take that puzzle, that 1,000-piece puzzle, and they throw the pieces and hide them all around the world. They make it very hard for the story to come together. Remember, since the beginning of time on this planet, okay, we have been ruled, schooled, and fooled. And the reality, I'm not going to get into it today, but you are a spirit being, and you came down here to be tested to see if you could love, honor, respect yourself, and make choices that are high vibrational, because you're a high vibrational being. I'm not going to talk any more about that. But the reality is that we are so dumbed down. We are so far away from the truth that, okay, that the majority rules, but actually, no, they don't. The majority is being ruled. Let me keep going. So Operation Paperclip is real. MK Ultra is real. Okay, this is the CIA. And what they wanted to do, and this was quite a while ago, is they wanted to see how they could control human beings. So first they did it to monkeys. And what they did was they cut the top of the skull off, and then they wired the brain to see if they could control and program the brain and control that species. Okay? All right. So you know that they eventually they're moving into human beings, right? But the reality is this. They were using a wire. Then a scientist came along and said, wow, why don't we use an RF chip, right? So now they use chips. So now we can put a chip in the brain. But we all know that because we got Elon Musk that everybody thinks is their friend wanting to put a chip in their brain. That same guy who wants us to move to Mars, which is inhabitable. But oh my God, we're all going to be there someday because we're all going to destroy the planet here. I mean, if you don't understand the players, then you're all going to be played for the rest of your life. So now the RIF chip was then put into the brain of these animals, and wow, we could control them. And then guess what? Here, you're going to love this. And then another scientist came along and said, guess what? We can control people through frequency and light. And I already told you, you are a light energy, electrical magnetic being first and foremost before anything else. And guess what? The meat suit that we live in, that we don't really live in, but our energy lives within it, okay, all right? It's not even 1% of what we truly are. So how would you screw up, mess up, program a light energy electrical magnetic being? Well, you would use what? Frequency, and you would use light. Now, that sounds logical, right? Or is that another conspiracy theory? Okay. So anyways, guess what? Google and Meta, they made sure that they could own and claim the patent. Okay, to what? Blue light and frequency control programming. And every time that you go on your phone, every time you go on your computer, every time you watch your TV, every time you go on your iPad, okay, and you don't even believe me on this one, but even with the LED lighting, it's programming us. Isn't that amazing? Now, understand, between blue light and 5G, it will take millions of lives. It will exhaust people. It will confuse people. Okay? It will dumb people down, and it will make people sick. Okay? So here we go. Now, does everybody know the mafia? Well, the mafia used to be able to steal money by using guns. Yes or no? But guess how they found out? They actually invented the blue light. Did you get that? So they wanted to build a city, right, called Las Vegas. And in Las Vegas, one-armed bandit, that's what they call it, a one-armed bandit. Well, the bandit is stealing money from the person. And guess what? Yes, it's rigged, but all of those one-armed bandits have blue light. And the blue light is actually dumping pleasure hormones to keep you there, but actually dumbing you down. Just like would you like a drink with your meal, sir, or would you like some bread? Because that dumps the serotonin to make you happier so that you'll drink more, that you'll spend more. Yeah, are you with me here? This, so the same thing that alcohol and bread does, blue light does. Okay? Now, here's the deal. So instead of alcohol, guess what? You can do the same thing with blue light, but what they do in Las Vegas is they give you free alcohol and all the blue light you need until you're so dumbed down that you spend all your money. So listen to me. Why didn't they, because they're so caring, why didn't they use red light therapy? Because that's what they should have used on the computers. And why didn't they use Tesla frequencies? Well, because whether you want to believe it or not, you know what? The game is not on to control and get your money anymore, okay? It's actually to harvest humans. Really? Okay. But that's another conspiracy, right? Oh, but all the sick people in your family and the people that you notice that are now passing away way earlier than they used to, that has nothing to do with what's really going on, correct? Okay. All right. So let's talk about blinded by the blue light. All right. First of all, when I do a show, I will most of the time not have these on. And the reality is, wouldn't it be great if I had an enlightened audience that every time I would wear these, they didn't say, oh, is he a movie star? Does he think he's cool? Is there something wrong with his eyes? Meanwhile, what these are is these are called Tesla lenses. They're fullerene lenses. And guess what? You can believe it or not believe it, but you could sit in front of your computer, TV, okay, your phone. You could be in an office with LED lighting. Guess what? You'll do no damage to your brain or your eyes with Tesla glasses. And Tesla eyewear, there's only one company in the world that makes them, and we carry them. And the reality is this. You've never done anything like this in your life. That blue light that comes off of that TV, the lights, the phone, okay, everywhere you go, there's blue light, okay? And blue light just means 12 o'clock, okay, noon light all day long. And it totally messes up with your circadian rhythm. And if you mess with your circadian rhythm, you are going to mess with the whole computer of functioning like a human being. Isn't that something? Okay, so it's just like how they brought in people that work night shift. Nobody can work night shift and be normal. And the reality is now they've got us working 12 noon shift all day long. This is why when you look at your phone or watch a movie late at night, okay, you go to sleep and you go, oh, I can't sleep. I'm so worried. I can't do this. I can't do that. You got blue light poisoning. If you were told that it was 12 noon and it was 8 o'clock at night, then that means that your body's rhythm says, no, you know, you can have a short nap, maybe a 20-minute or an hour, but you're going to wake back up because, you know, that was just a cat nap in the afternoon. So everything gets mixed up. So I'm telling you that if you did your homework, and I'm going to get these slides done, and I'm going to prove to you that with the conception of blue light, that we've seen illnesses with eye disorders and brain disorders come up 1,000 to 10,000%. You heard what I just said. And this whole cataract thing, okay, with everybody getting cataracts, I mean, dogs, cats, humans, guess what? You ready for this? Okay, all right. So there's 10,000 teenagers per day now that are getting cataracts because they've been on their phone, their computer at school, and then they go home and watch movies, and they're getting blue light poisoning so bad. But it's not just that. It's all the sugar and flour intake, because the average teenager is now taking in 50 to 66 teaspoons of sugar into their body, and your body can only handle 1 teaspoon of sugar at a time. So we're just destroying, okay, the next generation. Now, I'm going to tell you, and here it comes. This is no pitch. You can call me anytime you want at 469-861-8884 and tell me how it worked, because I know it does work. And the reality is everything you get from us isn't going to be poisonous, and everything you get from us is going to help to what? Reconstruct and heal your brain and your eyes. And understand something, everybody, okay? When you go and you do blue light, okay? I mean, do you know how many people are on here right now that work at home or in an office and they're on their computer anywhere from 2 hours, okay, to actually 8 hours a day, and then they go home and they go and play on their computer? I mean, these people are, they've been so dumbed down. They're zombie-like. And you can say, no, I'm not. Well, guess what? If you were to protect your eyes and your brain, if you knew how to do it on a nutritional level, wearing the Tesla glasses and a diet, you would be a total different personality. Your personality is ruled by the frequencies and the type of light that your body takes in. It's a food. It's a food. Understand something. The optic nerve looks like it's backwards. And what it does is it slows down the light and it slows down frequencies that come to the eyes, okay, that then go to the brain, because your brain formulates and makes all the images that you see. Your eyes don't see. Your eyes don't see. What sees things is actually your brain. Now, your brain can only handle no more than 15 minutes of blue light. Okay, so what are you saying, Daryl? Well, does that mean at 12 noon? Well, yeah, one of the most important times that you should be wearing Tesla glasses, you can wear them outside as sunglasses, because sunglasses aren't good for you. Anybody that wears sunglasses on a continual, they're actually destroying their health. And I'm not going to get into that today. I will talk about that another time. But if you wear Tesla glasses in the house, driving, walking around outside, you will feel a calm and a peace in your body, okay, in your soul. You really will, because we are light energy frequency beings. And what this does, it takes all negative from 3G, 4G, 5G, 6G, even above that. If those frequencies hit this lens, okay, if the blue light hits this fluorine lens, it will take it into and make it into the most healing, soothing light and frequency that heals your brain. Now, how many of you have heard of C60? Well, this is C60 hemp oil that we sell, okay? It's the purest, most concentrated form. We also sell C60 MCT oil. Now understand something. What did I just tell you? These fluorine lenses have the C60 molecule in them. So all that light, okay, and frequencies that come in, it converts the light and frequency for the brain. And then people that want to reverse brain problems, people that want to reverse eye problems, we will put them on a higher dosage of the hemp C60, okay, and the coconut oil, right? That's what this is, coconut oil C60, all right? So we've got the hemp C60 and we got the coconut oil C60. So we're doing the C60 therapy through the glasses and we're doing it through the product. Now remember that our C60 is 275 times stronger than vitamin C, strongest antioxidant in the world. And guess what it has in it? Oh my God, this is where people freak out because everybody can be so programmed. It actually has carbon in it, which is known as graphene. Then you're going to go, oh my God, is that the same as the graphene in the vaccine? No, you have to understand the carbon. We are made out of carbon. We are made out of carbon. That's what graphene is carbon. But it's the messenger. Okay, carbon and graphene is the messenger. It is carrying messages. In this type of carbon graphene, okay, the C60 hemp oil and the C60 MCT coconut oil, it's carrying a message that is the strongest antioxidant in the world, and it actually will magnetize to the graphene that was in the V and pull it out of your body. It's called a wake-up call here, guys, okay? Not all people are bad. Not all food is bad. You know, you need to understand the science of things. And that's the deal. You know, anybody's allowed to call me, but you know what? In life, if you've got an illness, you have to front-end load. Because the only reason why you have an illness is because you do not know how to love, honor, and respect yourself on a nutritional and emotional level. End of story. That's it. I have people coming to me, and even people working. One of the people who works for me said, Yeah, you know, Dr. Wolf, my psychiatrist is actually confirming some of the things you said. I said, you're going to a psychiatrist? Yeah, because I don't know how to stand up for myself. Well, it's actually, that's not the problem. The problem is we don't know how to love and care for ourselves because it's been made to be a selfish act. Okay, let me get back to the story. Okay, so anyways, here's the deal. So, you know, the drops you're putting in your eyes for your cataracts, your glaucoma, the floaters, the detached retina. Why don't you do some research on it and find out that if it's from an optician, it's actually a chemical and it'll give you temporary relief that will whip back in your face. You think they really care about you? They really love you? Remember something, that they're backed by an organization that take no responsibility for the end result of anything except a lawsuit, and then they already built in that if they do get sued, they'll have to pay this much, but oh my God, we're going to make this much, so let's just go with it. The game is not going to change. The corruption is not going to change out there. Let's leave that to the side. But I only mention it because I'm not trying to attack these entities. I'm just trying to tell you that most people aren't aware of this. They just think that we struggle in life because we can't figure it out. Well, you better figure it out that you're meant to struggle. And you're going to continually struggle until you love and care for yourself enough that you know that it's all about high vibrational choices. That's it. So take it or leave it. Let me go through a couple things here because all I hear every day is about this. So even to the point of red eyes, dry eyes, burning eyes, floaters. I hope you know that red eyes, dry eyes, burning eyes, that's all inflammation. And there's only one disease in the body, and that's inflammation. And if you've got dry eyes, there can be other reasons why. You can be dehydrated because the brain and the eyes, if you are dehydrated, get dehydrated before anything else. That's why you want to drink structured water, and you want to put Beyond Ormus minerals in the structured water, because our minerals, we got 92 different elements in our mixture, and it's the highest electrolyte mineral product on the planet. Because understand, water doesn't hydrate very well, but structured water hydrates 1,000% better. And then when you put in the actual Beyond Ormus minerals, it'll hydrate right down to the cellular level. And remember something, your eyes are made out of cells. I'll get to that in a second. So we want to do it internally, but guess what else we want to do? Here's the most phenomenal product, okay? We have had to ramp up the producing of our Bright Eyes Nanofalvic. I can't tell you how many times. I mean, every probably 3 months, we have to actually double up on the production of it. This is the only Falvic that is produced that is in a nano, and it also is produced without chemicals. We're the only Falvic humic factory lab that actually produce our humic Falvic without chemicals. And understand, our humic Falvic is way beyond Shilajit, okay? It's way beyond Shilajit. They talk about Shilajit. Well, Shilajit is way levels down below. Falvic will actually, when you put Falvic into your eyes, we're the only ones that sell something that you can put in your eyes. That's how nano it is and how pure it is. And you cannot put too much. And everything that I'm going to tell you today, there are no harmful side effects, okay? Except we'll put your eye into a detox, so it might get a little redder when you're detoxifying, pulling the toxins out, but that's where the Falvic is magic. The Falvic will actually go in and it will actually bring in 30 to 40 different nutrients into your eyes, into the cells. But what it does is it will captivate 300 to 400% of its weight in heavy metals, parasites, and chemicals. First time you use this, it's amazing. On the bottle, it probably says do it 2 to 3 times a day. So understand, when people feel like they've got a sty in the eye or they've got a chronic problem, I tell them to put the drops in every 10 to 15 minutes. Now, you might go, oh my God, that's so much. Well, you have to front end load. If you've got a 2-foot hole, you can do less. But if you've got a 20-foot hole, meaning that you've got a chronic problem, been going on for a long time, you are nourishing and detoxifying the eye. You cannot hurt yourself with this. You need to understand that. And if you ever put the fulvic in your eye and it burns a little bit, that's how much infection. The more it burns, the more infection you have. So just close your eyes and relax and breathe. Okay? Don't be so fearful. And understand, I'm not allowed to sell drugs, so I don't sell drugs, so I don't sell anything poisonous. So you can put this in your eyes and you can do it as often as you want. Let me tell you something. It hasn't happened for a long time. I get this needle thing in my eye, and it feels like I got a needle in my eye right here. And all I do is I put the drops in every probably, I don't know, I can't tell you, but every 2 to 3 minutes. And I might do it 5 to 7 times, and it just takes it away. You have to understand what we write on the bottle, okay, is the bare minimum. The reality is that when you're not dealing with, when they say from Big Pharma, take only 1 or 2 drops of this, you better do it. You take more than that, you're going to be in trouble. When you talk about nutraceuticals, these aren't supplements, these are nutraceuticals. They're the highest concentrate in frequency and light, and no toxicity, or the toxicity is not noticeable that you would ever notice it. You understand? So you can put this in your eyes, you can put it in your ears, okay, if you've got an infection in your ears, but I'm telling you, there is nothing like this. We can sell thousands of these in one day. That's right, around the world, because there's nothing like it. It's incredible. You want to make sure that you're giving it to your kids, because kids are addicted to blue light, aren't they? Yes, they are. And that kids and children are poisoned more than any other, well, no, the elderly are poisoned pretty dang good in nursing homes. But children, you know, honey, if you're good, mommy will poison you, right? Okay, and then they're addicted to the sugar, right? They're addicted to the high, all right? Because that's what it is. It's a drug. Sugar's 8 times more addictive than cocaine. Go figure, okay? Now, the other thing I'm going to tell you is we'll also tell people that they can take what's called silver bullet liquid, which is a nano silver, and we actually take 1,000-volt lightning bolt to charge it up, and it's also structured. This is structured, this is structured. Everything is, if you structure something, it has 1,000% better hydration, a better absorption into the body. So the super silver, you can spray that in your eyes, you can put that in your ears as well if you've got ear infection. I'm not going to go into it all, but you got to download the pdgfree.com guide, and it shows you how to do everything with our products. And if you buy somebody else's, just look at what it says and follow it. Yeah, I'm sure you can't go wrong. But the reality is you want to get the pdgfree.com guide, because guess what? There is no guide like this. And you also want to join our bhnapp.com. It is the most powerful and the biggest health app that has been built today. Okay? Go test drive it and see what you think. You can test drive it right now, and it comes out on September the 15th, which is not too far, right? Okay, so you can take the silver bullet liquid and the fulvic nano eye drops called Bright Eyes, and what you can actually do is you can mix them 50-50. Okay, so now we've told you about that. Now what the silver does, and it's a nano silver, not a colloidal, and what it actually does, it creates an environment that infection cannot breed. So that's the big deal, is creating immunity. So that's what all of these things can do. And I'll tell you, we'll have people that have cataracts, have really chronic eye problems, and even that they think they're going blind, right? Because they have some kind of incurable eye disorder, okay? All right? And I'll tell you, incurable means that the person hasn't figured it out yet. Did you get that? Now, you take the silver bullet gel, and you can actually, before bed, and you can put just a little drop, and it's like a gel, in the eye, in both eyes, and watch how soothing that is while you sleep. And because it's a gel, it'll just sit on the eye and just soak and soak and soak. Have you ever had like a sticker, okay, that you bought something and you wanted to get the sticker off? You know how you do it? You take a wet rag, okay, and then you take that wet rag and then you lay it on top of the sticker and let it soak so that it will just come off so easy once it's soaked. So we're going to do the same thing. You could put the silver bullet gel in your eye. Trust me, look at the ingredients. It's edible. So the reality is you can take silver bullet gel and put it in your mouth, swish it around for gum infection. People will take the silver bullet liquid or the silver bullet gel and swallow it, okay, instead of doing antibiotics. That would be their choice. Because silver is nature's antibiotic, right? So now we've gone through and talked about those products. I'm going to talk to you about one more. Infinite iodine. So this is the only iodine you can spray into your eyes. This is also the only atomic molecular iodine in the world that is non-toxic. You know, we have people that have stage 4 inflammation taking 1.5 ounces of our iodine a day. And the reason why is because iodine, when taken and you front end load the body, will actually get the iodine molecule into the cells. Does anybody know what iodine is used for in the cells? Well, when a cell becomes corrupted, like a stage 3, 4, 5 inflammation cell, which they call cancer, the iodine is actually the switch that helps the cell to actually destroy the cell that cannot be converted back into a normal cell. But we also know that infinite iodine will neutralize every virus from COVID to HIV in 15 seconds. So it's the only really iodine that anybody should be taking. And you need iodine every day if you want to keep your mentality up, mental awareness, guys. Everybody needs iodine every day of their life. Do your homework, do your research, find out. The only pure one is this one. It really is. Go do your research. Not Nascent, not Lugos. They're all troublemaking, and that's it. They're old technology. They were great, but guess what? Why not have it pure? And understand, you can put this, we use this in vaginal infusion. We use this in the ears. We use this in the eyes. We use it for ulcers. Yeah. So you can, when a person even just does 5 sprays of infinite iodine or infinite iodide a day, that's your base minimum that the body needs in iodine. But we're going to use this now to spray into our eyes. Now, this will sting more than the rest because I just told you it will disinfect a virus or anything else within 15 seconds. So the reality is, the longer you've had the symptom, which they call disease, because there are no diseases, there's just symptoms of you being out of alignment. That's right, making toxic choices on an emotional, physical level, nutritional level, and not even knowing it because everybody around you is doing the same thing. Understand something. This world, okay, is a beautiful place. And everyone that is in power will always be twisted and toxic, okay? All right? You know, you're either here and practicing the power of love or the love of power. You know, the last 2 weeks, I've been kind of not really on the ball about things because I'm reassessing everything right now, reassessing my life. And you have to do that. And you know what? I love the adventure, trust me. And I better love the adventure. You better love your life. You better love the adventure. And if you don't know that this is an adventure, and this adventure is all about when all the odds are against you for loving and caring for yourself, you're still going to rise and love and care for yourself and love and have unconditional love for everyone on this planet as much as you can do it. I'm not trying to tell you that I have it figured out, but I will tell you that any government-sanctioned doctor or specialist is a human being, but they've got bad programming. bad programming. And understand something. Every one of the organizations that they are in will not allow them to become their true authentic selves, to tell the truth. And a lot of them don't want to because they don't believe they have what it takes to do it the honest way, the right way, okay? The Braveheart way. So I'm really looking at everything I do and going, what can I do in a time when they're turning off the tap to money? Oh no, they're turning the tap on. The Fed will be releasing, a few more trillion to actually implode the whole financial economy. And I'm saying to myself, what can I do to not sell my soul to the devil and hold the line? I was raised a Christian, and the reality is this: I have my own thoughts and everything, but the reality is this: I'm never going to sell out. Now, how can I do that the best and then help people? And that's what we need to think about. That's what you need to think about every day, is how we can serve each other, how we can come together, how there is no divisions on anything out there, okay? And understand something. All of these people out there that are governmental approved, okay, they're mental, all right? They're human beings, but guess what? I guess, we're all going to pick our level down here, and you can pick any level that you want to be at, but it's all up to you. There's no savior coming. You need to understand that. Anybody that holds any type of real power on this planet, they'll lose it, or they'll take a bullet if they don't toe the line. So understand something, okay? They're after the low-hanging fruit. They're after the ones that walk the broad way, not the narrow way. They're after the ones that do what the majority does. Oh, go see my optometrist because he gave me some drops and it took the pressure down. Yeah, but what's going to happen within 1 or 2 years? There is nothing that Big Pharma makes that isn't going to whip that tail back in your face. And you know what? This is your life, and guess what? You've got eternity to get it right. So if you don't want to get it right, and you just don't want to fight for yourself, you don't want to find your authentic self, you don't want to create the best relationship with yourself and nature, then you're going to be in trouble. And like I said, I promise you from the bottom of my heart that we will do everything we can for pricing, for teaching, and if I can't, I promise you I will walk away from it all. Because I can. I could do like 3 consultations a day, and guess what? That's more than what Lori and I need. Because what we truly need is to be connected to Source. What we truly need is to know that we can have unconditional love for ourselves, no matter how they try to belittle us. And they've got into everything: religion, the TV, the radio, your family, your friends. You're going to have to make a decision. Do you think that you could unconditionally love yourself and then observe the world without judgment? Because if you can't, you won't need blue light poisoning. You won't be seeing straight. How many people today can't see straight? How many people say they have blurred vision? That's because they haven't found their authentic self. Anyways, take a look at bhnuniversity.com or braveheartnation.com. It's not too late. I'm doing a whole life coach certification course. It's for lay people and professionals. Right now, we only have 5 people in my course. And guess what? We used to have 25, 30. Is it because my teaching sucks? I don't think so. This is what's going on, is people don't know what's going on, and they're going into fear. If you want to know what's going on, okay, I'm going to start letting people knowing what's going on even more. And I'm going to be bringing people on because my BHN app opens up on September the 15th, okay? I'm going to be starting a show called the unseen universe, where we are going to be talking about how we are universal. And I'll be bringing people in with the true science of what we are. And then I'm also going to bring in people that will talk about the world and where we're going to give you a heads up. Remember, this is $1 million platform that I'm opening. Go check out bhnapp.com and go check out braveheartnation.com and check out the largest self-care, self-love library in the world called docofdetoxlibrary.com. You know what? There's just one klitscher for everyone. That's it. We've all been programmed that if we love ourselves, it's selfish. Do you have children? Do you have a wife? Do you have a husband? Do you have friends? Would you like them to unconditionally and totally love themselves? What kind of life do you think they would have if they had that? Well, they're not going to have it unless you show them the way. God bless. Have a beautiful day.